Okay. Hello, everyone. Hello. This is Grandmaster Jessie Bowen with the American Martial Arts Alliance and the American Martial Arts Alliance Foundation. This week, we are sharing in the celebration of National Small Business Week. And my team, we were saying, well, what can we do to promote the martial arts and the different things that's out there? So we decided that we would bring a focus in on coaching. One of the things I believe is that, if you're a martial arts instructor, then you are a coach, a life coach. That's what you're really trying to do. Self-defense is part of a tool base, but really in the 21st century, where we are today, is really about teaching life skills. So I decided that not to just have you listen to me talk, but to bring another expert on with me. And I have with us today, Crystalyn Roberts, and she is a certified life coach. She deals with motivation. She deals with fitness. She has a lot of things under her tool belt that she uses as coaching, and she provides an excellent prototype or model for martial artists to look at what they're doing and how becoming a certified life coach can help you to improve your martial arts. Hello, ma'am. How are you doing?
Hello, Hanchi. It's so great to be here. Thank you for having me today.
Well, thank you so much for being here. I brought you on because you're a person that I know your success. Actually, you were my coach, back here a few years ago. Uh, you know, I had sort of backed away from my martial arts school, and I was out coaching other people and companies and making their lives better and not paying enough attention to my own martial arts school. And then I decided to change my whole management team and take back over myself. And there were so many pieces and parts that I had to hire two coaches. And everyone, this is really what you do. If you're restarting your martial arts school and you're using the same old information that you used before, it may not work. So you need to find an expert or be a part of an expert group. We got Jeff Smith, Stephen Oliver, Lawrence Arthur. There are so many great business coaches out there, but you need to be on someone's team because a coach can help save you time, energy, and money. And so, I hired, actually, Lawrence Arthur was my business coach, and I brought him in and he helped me turn my school around and gain control back over it and move back to the top in my field. And, you came in as my organizational coach because there was 50,000 things I wanted to do. And you came in, you became my organization and accountability coach. And I was so grateful for that. It really helped me really supercharge and really just take off. My school exploded, and and hey, it put me in a place in about 2 years, I was able to sell my school and be in a great place. So I want to talk today from the perspective of what is coaching, but I want to talk to martial artists about, consider adding coaching into your martial arts program. And I'm going to talk about the ways that it opens your doors. But, Chris, let's talk to you. How did you get involved, in coaching?
So, it all goes back to, my life story, which is, my why of that I've always loved to help people. I always love to help people, educate people and see them get better. And so that has really always been a part of my career in general as a dental hygienist. And then it's kind of, my love for fitness and wellness has really just poured in over into the coaching. And so, I enjoy hearing the hearts of people and helping them, get their vision on paper and then create the steps to get them there and holding them accountable for those things. Because of course there's always distractions and things like that, it's kind of easy sometimes to put off, till tomorrow what we need to do today. And so, that's kind of how I got into coaching. I was already a dental hygienist, had been doing it for a while. And I started hearing from different people, oh my goodness, have you thought about life coaching? Have you thought about life coaching? And I really honestly hadn't taken a thorough look at it. And once I did, I realized, hey, this is really something, it's already part of the skills that I have, the listening, the holding people accountable, wanting to see people grow and walk in their purpose. And so, I took that leap of faith and, added it to my repertoire. And so now that's what I do full time, and I love it.
Well, that's key. And that's really why I thought about sharing this with martial artists, is that we have so many attributes that we have as martial arts instructors that that we teach every day about discipline, about focus. We teach about it as a martial artist, but when our students leave the martial arts school, they still have to practice these same things. And one of the ways that martial artists, we're talking about 3 ways, but one of the ways that becoming a certified life coach, and I guess I should share about myself as I'm talking about it a little bit. I've been involved in the coaching business, for close to about 35 years. I was a coach and seminar facilitator for the world-renowned Silver Method training program, and I'm still an instructor and facilitator for them. I've done, sports performance coach. I'm a certified sports hypnosis coach. I've worked with the Duke basketball team, the UNC football team, the North Carolina Central women's bowling team. We produced a bowling manual called Zen Bowling, the Psychology of Better Bowling. And I'm more of that mind game coach. I currently coach for Duke Corporate Education. I spent 27 years on the Duke University physical education staff. And, for the past 10 years, I've been with the Duke CE, Duke Corporate Education. And, I coach and work with companies like Nike, Raytheon, American Express, a lot of the Fortune 500 companies. But this has provided another door in my martial arts program, because not only did I offer these trainings to my students in their daily practice, but I also did seminars for my parents in my school, because, for the martial artists, the greatest black belts you have are the ones that's sitting in the chair. And if you want to have longevity in your martial arts program, that your students stay around longer, then it's about leadership, by being a better leader. And going through a good coaching program will allow you to develop even more skill sets, rather than just teaching karate at the punch or the block, but you learn these life skills that we motivate people by. About 5 years ago, I wrote a book, and it's called Kickstart Your Coaching Biz, which it covers, everything that you needed to know to get an understanding about that. But, let's talk for a second, Crystalyn, I know that you have, a lot of things that you focus on in coaching. So let's say that I come to you, and maybe I'm just not really motivated. So, what's the first thing? I guess the first thing that I have to as a client or a person coming to you, I have to realize I've got a problem. And in the martial arts, parents bring their kids to us, or they come to the martial arts because they've got a problem. They want to lose weight. They want to get in shape. Some of them want to learn how to defend themselves. And, so there's a lot of reasons why a client would come to our martial arts program. So, tell me, how do you get someone started into your coaching program?
And right along with what you said, the next thing to that is, you have to be coachable. You have to know that you have a problem, and you have to be willing to, have a buy-in, that you are willing to say, hey, if I'm the right fit, do you trust me to be that person who is going to hold you accountable? Because we want to have results, right? And so, so that's kind of the initial thing. I believe that everything, at the base, it's about your wellness. It's about, your time management, all those things. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. It's just, different people do different things with those. So we have to kind of get down to, the base first. I always look at it in, first of all, what are you feeding yourself? Because a lot of times energy, can be a block. What are you, what do you, I always say, what are you ingesting, inhaling, absorbing into your system? Because you want to make sure that you're as healthy as possible to be as productive as possible. Because in whatever you're trying to do, that's really important. And then right along with that is your time management, and not in the sense of, hey, let me add, even more to my plate, but more so looking at what you're doing now and seeing, okay, why is that not working? And then again, being coachable, being willing to say, hey, I'm going to make these adjustments, and I've got you along with me to hold me to that standard.
Well, and of course, your son is one of my black belts, so
Mm-hmm.
you see me in action and all those different things. But this is what I expect in my classroom, in my martial arts classroom, is accountability. When someone, nobody can, parents cannot leave and go sit in their car because it's part of a system. I've got your child, you're in there, and guess what? As I'm teaching, meditation, what are the parents doing? They're sitting there meditating too. So there's a lot of things that that I apply to support my success as a martial arts business person, not just an instructor. I'm not just an instructor, I'm a business guy. So I always think from that perspective, I want to save the world, but I'm a business guy too. So that's sort of what, I looked at my success was being able to bring people together. And as I'm bringing people together, I offered something for everyone. And I offered it because I have all these other tools from these different certifications programs that I've actually added. I had the ability, to coach parents. Parents have hired me as a life coach to help them work through things. They wound up becoming martial arts students. So, in the process of bringing my martial arts skills to my students, I also brought goal setting. I brought all of these things in a total package. And this is the thing that I believe that adding to your martial arts program will help you thrive. We are in a pandemic situation, and everything has changed. People are under stress. So it's created a different situation, but it's also created an outstanding opportunity because I'm coaching every week still, whether I'm helping people write their books or do different things, but I don't leave my home anymore. I don't go out of the house, So I'm really doing everything from here from my computer, but I'm reaching out, I'm talking with people around the world about how to improve their lives through the books we're doing, through fitness training, through meditation classes, all of these things. So in running my martial arts school, it wasn't just about me teaching classes. I had all of these other doors. So that's what you want to think about in your martial arts program, and why you should consider coaching is that it opens up more doors, and these doors become opportunities. So not only does it provide something for you to improve yourself, so I use my own stuff, but it also opens up these doors of opportunity. Let's talk just for a second. We're going to do this in two parts. Today's is sort of like an introductory part, and then we're going to get a little bit deeper into the coaching process. The number two benefit is financial situation. The average life coach can range anywhere from $100 to $400 an hour just for coaching. Now, let's think about that for a second, that in your martial arts program, you're going to be there anyway. If you work another job, you're going to go there at 5 o'clock, you're going to teach classes. But if you're a full-time school owner and you have all this time, what do you do with the time? And Crystalyn, as you said a few minutes ago, there's only 24 hours in a day, but you have other people that want to learn and know about what you do, of martial arts, but they want to know, how can you make my life better? And I don't, for many cases, I don't know if people really, really, is it the martial arts, or is it what the martial arts can do? Because those can be two separate things. And a lot of people look at it, well, it's just martial arts. And then some people look at it, well, the confidence it builds for me. The belt system is a goal setting system. But how do I teach that? Because I want my kids to graduate high school. I want them to go to college. I want them to discover themselves. I want them to bring value back in. So as a coach, if I can inspire them to become at that next level, then they become at that. So I know that you are a dental hygienist, but you now are just full-time doing coaching. Am I correct with that?
Yes, yes. So just like you said, as I'm listening to you, being a martial artist instructor, owning a school, you have those tools in your belt to be a coach, because you already are a coach, whether, you're just maybe not certified in it, but you're already doing the work. And like you said, you already have the goal setting in place and all those things. And so it really does, start with the mindset, and then the confidence comes, and then the physical side, physical benefits come too. So for me, I kind of did the same thing with dental hygiene. I'm already, holding patients accountable, to their health and their health care, and I'm educating them in what will be best for their entire body. And so I just took that same skill set and used it, in my coaching business. And so I do wellness education. I help connect people with wellness products. And then I also do life coaching with them for whatever it is that, they're trying to figure out. Most people are still trying to figure out, well, what's my purpose? What's my why? And especially now, like you said, in the midst of this pandemic, people are really reevaluating, because many people, ended up coming home, when everything, the world just kind of stopped. And then they had time to kind of think about, hey, what am I doing? Am I enjoying what I'm doing? And now that people are, going back to work and things like that, they're really questioning, hey, what is this? I feel like I'm, called to do something else. And so I spend, just like you said, I actually spend more time now that I'm working fully from home with, virtually. You can actually see more people and spend more quality time doing your coaching and helping people find their purpose, helping them with their goals, helping them to, be passionate about life again.
Well, and that's really important. As you said before, these are things that we do every day. We're now teaching virtual classes. So how many things of value can you help someone build in your martial arts career? Because that's what you really have to think about. The world has changed, so you're going to have to make changes. And as we work on making these changes, the question is, because number one, I found that when I started studying meditation, and way before I started teaching it, it was about what it did for me. And when I gained success as a meditator, I was able to teach other people that value, because I really understood that. So in becoming a life coach, a certified life coach, is that you gain so much other information just about leadership training. And let's just talk about just for that for a second, because I know that you work with companies and different bringing people together, because businesses, when they plateau and they have to stimulate themselves, and they have to find ways to stimulate themselves. So this is why they would bring in a coach, a coach like you. So let's talk about that. So what are some of the things that you do? I know that you do the time management, organizational things in your coaching. What other things do you do?
So it kind of goes back to exactly what you said. It's like it starts with, self first. And so I look at businesses, groups, dental offices, all of them in the same way. Anybody with a team, it starts with the individuals first, because whatever, whatever you have going on, that's, you're going to bring that to the table. and whatever gifts you have, whatever abilities, you're going to bring that too. And so to work, better as a team, it's really good to understand what role each person plays and to really allow them to walk in their purpose in that, because you'll have a much stronger team that way. And so I help companies and, like I said, any type of team to I have individual coaching, and then we have team coaching to bring it all together so that you're not, it's much easier and people are much more passionate about, working in a company when they're able to use what they're most gifted in. And a lot of times you'll find in teams, where one person is weak, the other person is strong, and vice versa. And so when you can really help to cultivate those strengths and get them to see the value of each other, then they really work better together anyway. And so then overall, your bottom line is much more productive.
What's your website?
It is starunlimitedcoaching.com.
Okay, we're going to put that into the chat. So everyone, if you're looking to find a coach, then I definitely would recommend Crystalyn, because she was my coach. And, really, she said something really important. I used to struggle of how do I make the connection of having a company bring me in to work with their people. And I was really looking at it from the wrong aspect. I was looking at it that I was going to come in and I was going to teach them karate, or I was going to come in and I was going to teach them self-defense. And companies don't really want to pay for that. If you have something that happens in the community and everybody's concerned, that's one thing. So I had that opportunity to have a switch back, I guess about 8 years ago. I was called into Duke. CE called me, and this is how we got started. They called me in and said, well, we want to do a board breaking for some executives. So I'm going, okay, here's another thing. And so they called me in. We had an agreed price, which was outrageous. And they said, okay. And I'm going, really? And I went in and I did this class for this was American Express, was my first company. But I came in as that martial artist, but I wasn't, okay, everybody jump up and break a board. They gave me what their theme was, and I was able to talk to them about goal setting, about having their breakthrough. I was able to connect breaking a board with breaking through that glass ceiling and to become successful. And about 3 days later, they called me and said, how would you like to be a corporate educator for us? I go, I don't know what that is. And so they told me, what they were looking for. I said, okay. And they said, well, do you have a passport? And I said, yeah. Said, well, in 3 weeks, we need you in Switzerland. I'm going, where? In Switzerland. I'm going like, okay. So my first big world tour was in Switzerland, and I did a program for Swiss Re. So they flew me halfway around the world to do an hour presentation. But that's what I'm talking about. But they discovered, number one, that I was an author and I had written all these books. Number two, that I was a certified coach. And of course, number three, I was already at Duke University. So I checked all the boxes. But the number one thing, I had the skill sets and I was prepared for that opportunity. And this is the reason why that really this week of promoting national small business, the American Martial Arts, we want to talk to you and provide ideas and concepts to help you grow. Remember, our tagline is empowering martial artists to inspire the world. So when we're doing that, is that we're bringing information to you that will make you better. We invite you to join our organization, the American Martial Arts Alliance. We are launching our institute, which has business classes and online classes that you can get involved. So, if you listen to this program and you find that, okay, this is something interesting, we're not going to give you everything today because we want you to think about it, So, Jessie, what am I going to think about? Well, think about number one, If I become a better leader because I have now up-to-date information for teaching on the 21st century level, then my longevity of my students in my martial arts program will be longer. And if you are like most of us and you're teaching kids, it is not necessarily motivating kids to stay a part of your martial arts program, but it's really motivating parents to stay a part of your martial arts program, because kids don't pay for classes, kids don't drive, it's the parents. So when you think about what I thought about in my martial arts program is that when parents was there, I'm always trying to impress the parents. Little Johnny doesn't want to come to class. Mom, if she enjoys coming, she's going to make him come. So because I want to provide value, not just to my students, but I want to provide value to anyone that's actually can hear my voice. I want to provide some type of value. And that's what we want to do as martial artists. We want to provide value. And when you start understanding and learning more skills, I'm constantly learning. I've got a course I'm doing a certification in, and this is a publisher's course. I've already published 30 books. You say, well, why are you going through a course to learn about publishing? Well, because I want to do it better. I want to be the best at what I do. And that's how we want to teach our kids in our martial arts program. Martial arts is about learning to discover the best you physically, mentally, emotionally. How do you do that? And if you're still teaching old school training, I would recommend that you take a moment and look at the results you're getting. But if you're getting great results and that's working for you, hey, go for it. But if you find that, well, I could be a better leader if I had better information, then I would recommend that you consider that. Consider that. So this week, we're coaching is, how to bring coaching into your martial arts program as life coaching. There's so many different areas that you can, become certified in as a coach. Find that area you find yourself weak in, and that's a good place for you to start. Crystal, anything else that you want to add?
Just kind of going back to what you said, and that's something I do remember is that, you always, made sure that the parents were engaged. And that did help, during those times that, because kids, they get tired of things, they want to do other things. But when you're invested and the parents are invested, you are providing value to them. And in addition to that, if you become a certified coach, then not only do you have the children that you're teaching, but you also have the parents as potential clients. So, this whole conversation, it really just kind of opens up, another area that you can continue to grow. So as a lot of companies right now are, having a hard time, maintaining and definitely not growing, becoming a certified life coach is an excellent way for you to continue, even with your existing clients, to just serve them in a much greater way.
Well, and that's what we're talking about. So we're going to continue this conversation on Thursday. Today was just an intro. Listen, like our video, put some, give us some feedback. We are here to support the martial arts community. Again, you want to become a part of our organization. We'd love to have you as a part. And that's what our objective is here, is to be able to make a difference in the lives of martial artists, and to be able to grow and continue to support the martial arts. So remember, think about a couple things as we're leaving you. Number one, now we're not talking about what program you should use in that. What I am talking about, if you want to get started, you can go to Amazon, order a copy of my book. You can go to, I think it's at Walmart. It's all over the place, but it's called Kickstart Your Coaching Biz. And again, it's packed with stuff to give you more information and making that decision. But remember, you're already in the coaching business. If you're teaching students, you're coaching. come to the 21st century, discover what coaching is about. Number two, it opens up another doorway for you to create revenue in your martial arts school. And remember, I'll share with you everything I know. I'm a corporate trainer, educator for Duke Corporate Education, is ranked as in the top 5 in the world. My clients are Nike, Raytheon. Just got a contract for next year to present for American Express. So I'll share with you anything that you want to know. But these are some of the things that helped to make my school a successful school, was that I had a lot of doors open, which allowed revenue to be able to come in, allowed for me to grow my martial arts program, and again, create a school that had enough value that I could sell it, and continue to go venture off and stay in the martial arts, but open our publishing company. So, give us some feedback if you would like to know more about how to add life coaching into your martial arts program. Now, if you decide that you need a life coach or goal coach, you can definitely give Crystalyn a call. Her website information is there. Go to her website, check her out. I personally used her as a coach. Everybody says, well, Hunchy, you're super organized. Well, now I realize my shortcomings, and I'm the first one to tell someone that these are my shortcomings. But I know that if I can get someone to help motivate me, then I can get myself back together. And this is what Crystalyn, this is what she did for me, was to help me organize myself, get myself back together. Grandmaster Lawrence Arthur became my business coach. So in a matter of a few months, my school, which had taken a big dip, was back at the top of martial arts schools in my area. And so let us know. We want to help you. Any final words before I let you go?
Again, it's been a pleasure being here. I look forward to part 2, and going a little deeper into this, but definitely, now is the time. Now is the time to pivot. We all have to be ready to do something different, learn some new skills, add to what we're doing in order to, make it in this economy and to serve people. People have been through so much, they would really benefit, the parents especially would benefit from being able to, connect with their martial artists and instructors in a different way and on a different level. So I think it would be beneficial for the entire family. So I look forward to connecting again and us talking more about it.
All right. And everyone, this is Grandmaster Jessie Bowen. And, I just want to say, thank you to all the martial artists that's part of the upcoming book that's releasing in Texas at the end of this month for Professor Gary Lee and the Sport Karate Museum. Telling your story. There's power in our story. So remember, check us out. You can go to our website, who'swhointhemartialarts.com, to let us know how we can support you. Remember, our goal is to empower martial artists to inspire the world. Be blessed.